Welcome to the biblicalnutritionist.com. I am Annette Reeder, your host on our Q&A episode for this Monday. I am so excited that you're here. I love answering your questions, and today's questions are all about nutrition. So this is going to be a good talk. Sit back, get your cup of tea, relax, and let's just learn a little bit about the Bible diet and nutrition. Before you do, though, be sure and hit the subscribe button and the like button and all of those. I love reading your comments. I love answering them, and I love to get to know you through this YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, be sure and go to our website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com, join our 7 Steps to Amazing Biblical Health, and there you'll get invited into our Facebook group, Biblical Nutrition Academy, and it's all free. It's all free. You can't mess up. You can't go wrong with free. Now, let's get started with the first question. The first question is this. Hi, I have a question about nutrition and skincare. I have struggled with acne and blackheads for years now. I can so understand what you're saying. And she says, I was wondering if there are foods that are contributing to it. Are there foods that I should avoid? Are there foods that can help overcome? Well, this is a good question. This was submitted by Ruby. Ruby, great question. We all want healthy skin because skin is our largest organ of our body. It's our first line of defense, and it also helps us look good. Well, it's a visible indicator, too, of our health, and it's an indicator of our microbiome. And you've heard me talk about microbiome over and over. Well, to help you and everyone else begin to heal, we must start with our gut. What starts in our gut travels everywhere. So if you've signed up for our 7 Steps to Amazing Biblical Health, it gives you the steps to get started. So first is a questionnaire. And in this questionnaire that you're going to get, it's going to help you identify what's going on in your body and how can we fix it. Second that you're going to get in that free download is our Hunger Satisfied Journal. So what we're going to do with these 2 tools that you're going to get for free just for signing up on our website, what you're going to get is this. Number 1 is that questionnaire helps you identify, well, what part of your body are you having problems with? And these are questions that you may not have realized can add up to an issue with your liver or your gallbladder or, your heart. And they're questions you may not have thought of, but as you add up the points, you're going to say, oh, wow, I am having some issues in this area of my life I didn't realize before. There's also some gut questions as well. So that's going to be really good. I use it as kind of an eye-opener to what's going on. Now, when I do private coaching with my clients, we have a more in-depth questionnaire that's like 20 pages long. Then we really get into what's going on in each system of your body. Now, the second tool that you get is the Hunger Satisfied Journal. In the Hunger Satisfied Journal, you're going to identify what foods you eat every day, what time you ate those foods, how much, and then how did you feel from eating those foods. Now, don't even tell me, Annette, that's just too much work, because you've just asked me a very important question. You see, your skin is kind of a photo of what's going on the inside. What's going on the inside has to be released one way or another. And your skin is kind of an exit route, okay? There's like an exit sign that says, okay, all toxins, you can go out this way. And that's where it shows up with blackheads and acne. It doesn't matter what age you are as well. So your skin is a picture of what's going on inside your gut. So we have got to heal your gut. When we heal the gut, the rest of the body can then heal. Putting on topical ointments, topical steroids can have an overall masking effect, but not a long-term healing. And that's what so many people succumb to. I had one client who had horrible, horrible eczema. She couldn't even wear clothes. She was so covered with eczema. And at the time, she was probably in her mid-50s. And she kept going to every dermatologist out there. I kept saying, it's your gut. It's your gut. You need to address your gut. And she's like, yeah, okay. She would come to me and ask my opinion. I would tell her, then she'd run to the dermatologist and do what he said. Well, 1 year later, she's so miserable. She says, Annette, I still can't even sleep with my husband. I can't wear pajamas. I can't put sheets. I'm just miserable, just totally broken out. I said, well, are you ready to listen? And she says, okay, I'm ready. So with my own help and along with a physician, an MD physician that I use with many of my clients, within 3 months. Now you may think that's a long time. No, every day she was seeing success, but within 3 months she was totally back to a normal skin, beautiful skin. She still has beautiful skin today. And it was with identifying what foods were contributing to the problem, at the same time looking at how she can use nutritional supplements and other things to help heal. But we have to heal the gut first. Your skin will never be beautiful. You will never have the smile God intended for you until we heal that gut. Ruby, this is a very good question. You're asking this question yourself, but probably 1,000 people watching this video are saying, that's me, I can relate. Well, the answer is the same. Let's address the gut. Let's start healing the gut. And I have numerous videos out there. We also have a course on how to heal your gut in our coaching platform, so you might want to check that out as well. Thanks for asking that question. Question number 2, is there a natural alternative for skin spots the dermatologist treats with clobetasol? I'm going to say it right. Also, any natural treatments for precancerous skin blemishes the dermatologist would freeze. This was submitted by Julie. Well, Julie, thanks for asking this question. Now, I need to be honest. I cannot legally make suggestions for medications or against medications, and I can't legally even tell you natural treatments. I love what I do, and I would like to do it for a long time. Now, what I can suggest is what I shared with Ruby. Work with your physician to begin healing your microbiome. Have your vitamin D level checked, along with a complete blood work on vitamin levels, on your omega profile, and on cancer scores. Look at that list. So if you go to my website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com, under the tab Resources is a list of blood tests to take to your doctor and say, hey, I want all of these ordered. Now, every single test on that list is important. In fact, I even add more to that many times. When you take that list to your doctor and he says, well, I can't do this, yes, he can. He can order that test for you. Now, you may have to pay out of pocket, and that's okay because you're looking into your future. You're investing into your future. And if you have to pay out of your pocket $100 or $200 to find out what's going on internally, to decide, okay, hey, look, I've got some cancer stuff growing internally that's showing up on my external, then that's valuable. That's better than anything else you could make a purchase of in today's time. So we want to know what's going on in that blood work. When we know what's going on in the blood work, we can then adjust either your eating plan or your supplements. Always remember, between you and Ruby, this is a very good question because all healing starts in the gut. Now, does that mean if I take an aspirin or Tylenol, my headache goes away within an hour or two? And we're used to that type of immediate response. When you change your microbiome and when you change supplements, it doesn't always happen overnight. I would be scared if a supplement did happen overnight because supplements go in and they do not heal either. Food does not heal, supplements do not heal. God is the only one who heals. What we do is allow our body the nutrition. We supply our body a banquet of good quality nutrition, good quality supplements that then our body can say, I need some of that and some of that and some of that, and then I can heal. And then the healing can happen. But when we eat a processed diet, when we're on medications, our body cannot say, well, actually it does say, it's like, I can't do anything with that. A medication will mask or interrupt a process, a natural process, so that you no longer have the cancer cells showing up. That doesn't mean the cancer has been stopped. It just means it stopped showing up on your skin. So we really need to address this internally. Start with the blood work. Get a really good inside view of what's going on in your body. Work with a really good physician. I've got 2 that I like to recommend. One's in Missouri and one's in Washington State. You could work with either one of those to get some great help. And I am not a physician, and I do not play one on TV, and I do not want to be a physician. I want to just give you good resources to get results. So thank you for asking this question. I really appreciate it, and keep staying engaged so I can learn how well you're doing and how you're healing, because I am expecting and praying for healing in God's terms. So thanks for asking. Question number 3, do you recommend any age to take magnesium? If so, what type and how much, as well as fish oil? Thanks again, Noah. Noah, it's good to hear from you again. I always enjoy reading your questions. First answer, yes, all ages need to take magnesium and fish oil. Both are vital for the mind and your future immunity. So let's start with magnesium. Well, let me just share with our viewers and listeners that there are tests showing that over 70% of Americans are magnesium deficient. Now, this shows up in many different ways. One of them is insulin resistance, weakness, muscle tremors, cardiac problems, mental status changes, anybody who's forgetful or just has a headache all the time, unable to metabolize vitamin D, high blood pressure, and even seizures. This is not a complete list. If a person has too much magnesium, the typical response is loose stools or nausea. So, to answer your question, what is the right dose? And then I'm going to share the best foods to get magnesium in your diet. So infants from birth to 6 months need 30 milligrams. Infants from 6 to 12 months, 75 milligrams. Children from 1 to 3 years old, 80 milligrams. Children from 4 to 8, 130 milligrams. Teenagers, 240 milligrams. And adults, 310 milligrams to 420 milligrams. You're probably going to have to pause this video to keep up with everything I just said. Now, let's go back. So when you are working with a skilled physician, they can help you learn how much you need personally. They just need to check your blood levels for that. Now, the levels that I just gave you are the RDA. Now, that just means what the recommended daily allowance. That is not for prevention or overcoming health issues such as osteoporosis, premenstrual syndrome, fibromyalgia, heart issues. So if you have heart issues, osteoporosis, PMS, muscle problems, you're probably going to need a higher dose than what I just gave you. So when I learned this and understood it, my PMS pains totally disappeared. Never had them ever again just by taking magnesium, even just the minimum dose every day of the month. I was so excited to realize that. I was a new person. I was a new person 2 different ways, and that was one of them. So magnesium. Now, many times, Noah, I realize this isn't your question, but many times women are dealing with a chocolate craving during a PMS cycle. Well, that's not always a chocolate craving. It's a magnesium craving. That's what your body's like, needs more magnesium. So then you have to choose, do I eat a brownie or do I take a magnesium? That's a hard decision sometimes, but what your body's craving for is the magnesium. So if you eat the magnesium, or if you take the magnesium, you'll save yourself a lot of calories. Now, if you do the chocolate brownie, it's going to take a lot of chocolate brownie to give you that amount of magnesium. So that might be detrimental to your health as well. Okay, so I just want you to understand, yes. Now, let's look at best foods for magnesium. Always think green. First, every day must include 1 to 2 cups of greens in your diet, fresh greens. Then it's grains, legumes. Some fish have magnesium, and then we have chocolate and even nuts. So I just shared with you, a chocolate craving is typically a magnesium craving. So you get to choose the pill or the brownie. Always eat organic chocolate. If you're going to eat chocolate, it should be at 75% or higher cocoa. Now, if you do cook with chocolate, make sure it's dark chocolate as well, and organic or a fair trade chocolate. And when it comes to chocolate, you only need 1 ounce maximum per day. No Snickers, no Hershey's. Get the real stuff. So greens, grains, chocolate, and nuts. Now, let's go on to omega. Now, my triplet grandchildren, which are amazing, have been taking a fish oil supplement since they were able to chew foods. So if you had to choose the top 3 supplements to take daily, it would be a high-quality multi, a very pure omega supplement, and vitamin D. Now, foods are always our first option. I would love to visit Alaska someday and see the salmon in the late summer and on the Copper River. I would just love to go there and see that take place. To live in Alaska would definitely have its benefits of fresh fish and healthy oils in the diet. Fish oil supplements would be determined by the manufacturer. So what I mean by this, the manufacturer is going to tell you how much is in each capsule. So usually you would just take the suggested recommendation. What you really need is 3 grams per day, but you will rarely find that in fish oil supplements on the package. Most supplement companies are going to be following the RDA guidelines, and so that's usually lower than what most people need in their diet. So don't be afraid if you want to take more than what's on the label, and that would just be an individual choice of your own. I am actually not telling you to do that. I would not recommend you to do that. I'm just saying you might want to. Okay, but it's your decision. Now, another note about omega supplements. There are varying percentages within companies. And what I mean by that, one company may choose to give you a ratio of EPA to DHA that's on a focused desired effect. So to have a healthy gut and a healthy brain connection, the percentage would be a 5-to-1, EPA to DHA. So if one company claims they are the best because their ratio is this and this, well, that's because of the health challenge they're trying to help people with. Now, a woman who is pregnant wants their percentages to be a 3-to-2 or even a 1-to-1 EPA to DHA. Now, for me and my age, I'm not talking pregnancy ever again. So I'm looking at my microbiome and my mental fitness. So I choose an omega supplement that is a 5-to-1 ratio. So I hope this has been very helpful, Noah. I look forward to more questions and answers from you. And until next time for you, Noah. Now, let's move on to number 4. Number 4, would love to know what vitamins you suggest. Recently, I've been taking Airborne daily and have been having trouble with stomach cramps. Any idea what I should take? And this was submitted by Trendy Girl Nails. Well, I love that title, so I hope you enjoy this answer. When my husband and I became more intentional about what vitamins to take, our blood test scores were very much changing for the better. So in other words, when we switched from just taking a random supplement on the shelf to taking one that we were very intentional, that we checked the purity and the standards and the efficiency of the product, all of a sudden the blood test scores changed, they improved. Well then, even a year ago, we realized, okay, good supplements matter. What changed also is now we're going to start focusing on our gut, brain, our microbiome differences. And so when we changed again a year ago, we not only were able to take less supplements, but we were able to get an even better level, a more optimal level of our health. Now, I knew it should happen. I knew it was possible. I just wasn't sure how to make it happen. So vitamins, yes, everyone should be taking vitamins. The minimum everyone should take is a multi, your omegas, and your vitamin D. That's the baseline for everyone, no matter what age. Now, beyond that, you want to know, okay, what else do I want to take on top of that? Myself, I will take a protein powder. I will take other vitamins for like a GLA along with my omega. I will also take some ashwagandha. I love herbs and what they do for my body. And then I take another product called Sync, which helps the vagus nerve to connect healthily from my gut to my brain. Okay, that's a very generic definition, but it works. So I am looking at this. I am looking at rebuilding my microbiome. So my multivitamin is actually focused on rebuilding my microbiome. Number 2, I always want to know what my vitamin D level is and take supplements to address that. Now, I even take 10,000 units a day, and some people will think, oh, that's way too much. No, it's not, because I do the blood test and I know exactly what my body's absorbing and what it's utilizing, and therefore I know what I need to take. And then the omega supplements. So beyond that, so those 3 products, well, mostly the 2, the multi and the omega, are focused on my microbiome. My vitamin D is just a vitamin D. And so I'm focused on that. From there, I'm continuing to take other products that help build my microbiome. One is called a Mentabiotics, and that's the name of it, Mentabiotics. And it is a prebiotic, probiotic, and phytobiotic blend to help my microbiome to be as healthy as possible. Now, when I started taking that, it took about 3 to 4 months. All of a sudden I realized, wow, I don't need as much B complex. I don't need as much vitamin E. I don't need as much fiber in my diet because I do a fiber supplement. I didn't need a fiber supplement. I didn't mean to say food. But because my microbiome was healthier, and the other thing was my mental ability was so much more improved. My depression levels went almost totally away, and then I just felt happier and healthier. And so I realized, okay, I was definitely lacking with what I was taking, which was good quality, and now I've upped it to the most optimal quality. Now, the company that I buy from now, I am also a wellness partner with, and that is called Amari Global. I will put a link to that down below, and so you can check it out. If you have more questions, be sure and email me or message me, and I will try and get back with you. So thanks for that question. It is very important that everyone in your family is on the multi, the omega, and the vitamin D. Baseline, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's just an everyday, and then what you want to build on that is up to you and what health you're trying to achieve. Thanks for asking that question. Well, thanks for asking these questions. I love sharing this time with you. I feel like we can just gather around the table. I'm here at the table in my yard and just talk about God's recipe for excellent health. Be sure and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and comment down below. And do me a favor, share this video with your friends, with your women's group, with your other pastors, and let them know that God's recipe for excellent health includes them. It includes getting them back on mission, for the mission that God planned for them, and seeing God at work in your life. Once again, thanks for watching. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com.